House flipping sounds simple. You buy a property, improve it, sell it for more money, and keep the profit. But the difference between a profitable house flip and an expensive mistake usually comes down to the decisions you make before, during, and after the renovation. In this video, we are going to walk through how to start house flipping in 8 practical steps. We will cover the numbers, the property, the financing, the renovation, and the sale, so you can understand how the entire process works from beginning to end. At Entrepreneurs.ng, we make business easy for entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, and the brands that serve them. Do you want to start right? We help you register your business with CAC quickly. Reach out at contact@redalia.com. Do you want guidance as you build your business? Join the Entrepreneurs Success Blueprint program, our 30-day hands-on business school. Enroll now. Do not build in silence. Tell your business story on Entrepreneurs.ng today and be seen by the world. And if you want your brand to be discovered through trusted, search-driven content and strategic visibility, we can help through our different visibility packages. Learn the ways we can work with you at www.entrepreneurs.ng or reach us at business@entrepreneurs.ng. Now, let us go straight into the first step. Step 1. Set clear house flipping goals and create a realistic budget. Before you start looking at houses, start with your own money. Decide what you want to achieve from the project and how much you can comfortably afford to invest. Ask yourself 4 questions. How much money can I invest? Will I use my own money or borrow? What level of profit am I hoping to make? And how much risk can I comfortably handle? These questions give your project boundaries before excitement enters the picture. Your budget should never stop at the purchase price. If a property costs $200,000, that does not mean $200,000 is all you will spend. You may have buying costs such as legal fees, taxes, valuation costs, or lender fees. Then you have renovation costs, which can include labor, materials, permits, and specialist repairs. After that, you may still have insurance, utilities, loan interest, maintenance, and other holding costs while you own the property. You also need to think about the cost of selling. Depending on your location, that can include estate agent fees, legal expenses, marketing costs, taxes, and other transaction charges. Then set aside a contingency fund for surprises. A useful planning range is around 10 to 20% of your renovation budget. You hope you will not need all of it, but if you discover bad wiring, damaged plumbing, or another hidden problem, that extra money can protect the project. Once you know what you can afford and what the full project may cost, you are ready to start looking at properties. But this is where another important lesson begins. A cheap house is not automatically a good house to flip. Step 2. Learn how to identify a profitable property. The property you buy can have a bigger effect on your profit than the renovation itself. Your goal is not simply to find the cheapest building available. You are looking for a property that can be bought at the right price, improved at a sensible cost, and later sold into a market where buyers actually want it. For a beginner, a house that mainly needs cosmetic improvement can be easier to manage than one with serious structural problems. Painting, flooring, kitchen improvements, bathroom updates, and better lighting are very different from foundation damage, major roof problems, or dangerous electrical work. Location matters just as much as the condition of the building. Ask whether people want to live in the area. Look at how quickly similar properties are selling and what renovated homes are actually selling for. A very cheap property in a weak location can still become a bad investment. If buyers do not want the area, a beautiful renovation may not solve the problem. Before making an offer, study recently sold properties that are genuinely similar to the one you are considering. Look at the location, size, number of bedrooms, condition, and important features. These comparable sales help you estimate the after-repair value of the property. After-repair value simply means the amount the property could reasonably be worth after the planned renovation is complete. The word reasonably is important. After-repair value is not the price you hope to receive, and it is not the price you need in order to make money. It should come from evidence. If several similar renovated properties nearby have recently sold around $300,000, that gives you a much stronger basis for your estimate than simply deciding that your finished house should be worth $300,000. Now you know what the property may be worth after renovation. The next question is how you will pay for the purchase and the work, because house flipping requires money long before the final buyer pays you. Step 3. Choose the right financing for your house flip. There is no single best way to finance every house flip. The right option depends on how much capital you have, your financial position, the property itself, and how quickly you expect the project to be completed. Some investors use cash. The advantage is that there is no loan interest on the purchase, and the buying process may be faster. The disadvantage is that a large amount of your own money becomes tied up in one property. Other investors use conventional mortgages where the borrower, property, and intended use qualify. These may offer lower borrowing costs than some short-term options, but the approval process can be stricter and may take longer. There are also short-term property loans, often called hard money loans in the United States. They can sometimes provide faster access to funding, but the interest rates and fees can be much higher. This becomes especially important when a renovation takes longer than expected. Private investors, partnerships, and joint ventures can also be used. One person may bring the capital while another brings the deal, experience, or time needed to manage the project. Whatever arrangement you use, make sure responsibilities, repayment, and profit sharing are clearly understood and properly documented. The financing should support the project, not become the reason the project stops making sense. Most importantly, do not use every available dollar simply to acquire the property. You still need money to complete the renovation, cover bills, and deal with unexpected problems. With the financing structure clear, you can now answer the most important question before buying. Do the numbers actually work? Step 4. Calculate the house flipping numbers before you buy. A property can look like an amazing opportunity and still be a terrible investment. That is why you calculate first and buy second. At a minimum, estimate the after-repair value, renovation costs, buying costs, financing expenses, holding costs, and selling costs. Then compare the complete project cost with the realistic amount you expect to receive when the property is sold. Many house flippers also use the 70% rule as a quick way to screen possible deals. The rule suggests taking 70% of the after-repair value and then subtracting the estimated renovation costs. Imagine the after-repair value is $300,000. 70% of that is $210,000. If the renovation is expected to cost $40,000, subtract that from $210,000. The result is $170,000. Using the 70% rule, $170,000 would be the rough maximum purchase price in that example. But remember, this is only a guideline. It is not a guarantee of profit, and it does not replace a detailed calculation. Property markets, taxes, financing costs, and selling expenses vary greatly. Use the rule as a first filter, then calculate the real costs of the specific property before deciding what you are willing to pay. Here is why that matters. Imagine buying a property for $200,000 and selling it for $320,000. At first, the difference appears to be $120,000. But if you add $6,000 in buying costs, $50,000 in renovation, $7,500 in contingency, $12,000 in financing, $12,000 in holding costs, and $25,600 in selling costs, the total project cost becomes $313,100. If the property then sells for $320,000, the estimated amount left before tax is only $6,900. That is why the difference between the buying price and selling price should never automatically be called profit. The money you actually keep depends on everything you spent between buying and selling. If the numbers still make sense after this level of scrutiny, then you can begin thinking about the renovation itself. Step 5. Plan renovations that add real property value. The goal of renovation is not to create your personal dream home. You are improving the property for the type of buyer who is likely to purchase it. Focus on improvements buyers notice and are willing to pay for. Depending on the house and local market, that may include fresh paint, better flooring, kitchen and bathroom updates, improved lighting, a cleaner exterior, and important repairs. Avoid spending money on upgrades that are far above the standard of the neighborhood. If buyers in the area are shopping for ordinary family homes, an extremely expensive luxury kitchen may look impressive but still fail to add enough value to justify what you spent. Before work begins, obtain several contractor quotations where possible. Understand what each quotation includes, what the timeline is, and what could cause the cost to increase. Do not choose a contractor simply because the price is the lowest. Poor work can create delays, additional repairs, and even problems when you try to sell. Once you have a clear renovation plan, the next challenge is making sure the plan is actually followed. This is where good project management protects your budget. Step 6. Manage the renovation and keep costs under control. A profitable house flip depends on good project management. Delays and uncontrolled spending can quickly reduce the amount of money left at the end. Create a realistic schedule and know what should happen at each stage. Track spending as the work progresses rather than waiting until the end to discover that you have already gone over budget. Check the quality of the work regularly. Problems are normally easier to fix when you discover them early. Be careful with changes as well. Every extra request should come with questions. Is it necessary? How much will it cost? Will buyers value it? Will it delay another part of the renovation? Remember that every extra week can cost money. Loan interest may continue. Insurance may continue. Utilities, taxes, maintenance, and security may continue as well. The aim is not to rush the renovation and produce poor work. The aim is to organize the project properly so that avoidable delays do not keep increasing the final cost. Once the work is complete, the next challenge is turning the improved property back into cash. Step 7. Market and sell the house at the right price. A house flip is not complete when the renovation finishes. It is complete when the property is successfully sold. Pricing matters because both extremes can hurt you. Price the house too high, and it may remain on the market while your holding costs continue. Price it too low, and you may give away money that buyers would have paid. Go back to your local market evidence. Look at comparable sales again and check whether anything has changed since you bought the property. Then make the house easy for buyers to appreciate. Clean it properly, present it well, and use professional quality photographs. List it through the right property channels for your market and consider working with an experienced property professional who understands the area. Good marketing cannot rescue a deal where the numbers were wrong from the beginning. But poor marketing can make a good property harder to sell. When the property finally sells, there is still one final step. You need to look back at the project and understand what the numbers actually taught you. Step 8. Review the house flip and apply what you learned. After the sale, compare what actually happened with what you planned at the beginning. Did you stay within the renovation budget? Did the project finish on time? Which problems caused delays? Which improvements appeared to add the most value? And after all the relevant costs were included, did the project produce the return you expected? Keep detailed records of your spending, timeline, and final result. This information becomes valuable when you evaluate another property. Your first house flip should not simply produce a profit or loss. It should also produce knowledge. The more accurately you understand what happened, the better your chances of estimating the next project correctly. House flipping is not simply a renovation business. It is a numbers business built around property. The process begins with setting your goals and budget. Then you find a property with real potential, work out how to finance it, calculate the full deal, renovate for the buyer, manage the project carefully, sell using market evidence, and finally review the result. If you remember one thing, remember that a beautiful finished house does not automatically mean you completed a profitable flip. What matters is the amount left after the purchase, renovation, financing, holding and selling costs have been accounted for. That is why disciplined investors are willing to walk away from a property when the numbers do not make sense. Missing one deal is usually much cheaper than owning a bad one. If you are considering house flipping, continue your research before committing your money. We have a detailed guide on Entrepreneurs.ng that covers the calculations, costs, financing options, and practical steps you can return to as you study a possible property. The link is in the description. Read the full guide on Entrepreneurs.ng, https://entrepreneurs.ng/house-flipping/ and always use qualified local professionals for legal, tax, finance, structural and regulatory matters that apply to the property you are considering. At Entrepreneurs.ng, we make business easy for entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, and the brands that serve them. Do you want to start right? We help you register your business with CAC quickly. Reach out at contact@redalia.com. Do you want guidance as you build your business? Join the Entrepreneurs Success Blueprint program, our 30-day hands-on business school. Enroll now. Do not build in silence. Tell your business story on Entrepreneurs.ng today and be seen by the world. And if you want your brand to be discovered through trusted, search-driven content and strategic visibility, we can help through our different visibility packages. Learn the ways we can work with you at www.entrepreneurs.ng or reach us at business@entrepreneurs.ng. Subscribe to the Entrepreneurs.ng YouTube channel for practical content on business, finance, investment, marketing, and growth. Visit Entrepreneurs.ng for our in-depth guides, programs, resources, and the different ways we can work with you. We are rooting for you.